Black Widow is slated to open soon, and the first reactions are in from the Twitter sphere. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh there. Wow, Black Widow, first reactions arrive. Is the MCU adventure worth it? Worth the wait? Yeah, because the movie got pushed around a lot, remember? It was supposed to come out last year, and then it just got getting pushed, but we got some initial reactions. We'll take a look at it and see if what the buzz is all about. It's just from Twitter people, and we'll just go through their quotes quickly. Black Widow is one of the best solo films, Marvel's best solo films. This is from Brandon Davis. Now, guys, I don't know who these people are. They're probably critics who got to see screeners and such. Start to finish, the movie is great. Excellent surprises, emotional character moments, badass action, and Scarlett Johansson finally gets to pour everything into the role. The director Kate Shortland nailed it. Bravo. So that's good, right? You want somebody to go watch it and get hyped, but again, these are critics who get to see it before everybody else. So it's kind of like, you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? But at least they're not trashing it. At least they're not going, So there was a response to that, right? Megan Demore. Black Widow is going to please fans of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Really? Huh. Because we know that Black Widow takes place between Civil War and Infinity War, so what does that have to do with Winter Soldier? We'll have to wait and see. The film shares a lot of blood with the Winter Soldier without being an exact clone of it. Fans who enjoyed the way Black Widow was written in that film will find it a lot more love here. We'll find it a lot more the same, right? This took me by surprise, but Black Widow managed to make me cry. I'm not a big crier in general. I think the only other Marvel moment that got me was Tony Stark's death. I won't reveal when it happens, but when one Black Widow scream really opened the floodgates for me. Bring tissues. So, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that it's going to have some emotional weight to it. I mean, Florence Pugh and Scarlett Johansson are great actresses, and so is Rachel Weisz, so that's awesome. Continuing on, Rob Keyes. I watched Black Widow yesterday, and it's refreshingly different to other Marvel Studio releases, as it is to just have these big movies back. Releases as it is just to have these big movies back. What are you talking about? The leads are awesome and the story does some unexpected things. It's the most adult MCU released yet, but still offers a few laughs. So it just sounds like well, that doesn't give us too much insight. Who is this Rob Key? Screw you. I don't care about that bad quote. Okay, Eric Davis says, Marvel movies are back. Black Widow is a tense, action-packed spy thriller that truly completes Natasha's story in a visceral and emotional way. Florence Pugh crushes it, and it's an instant MCU icon. This is like the MCU's Bond movie with shades of Mission Impossible and Thelma and Louise. Really, Thelma and Louise. I know, well, we all know how that movie ends. Obviously that can end the same way here because Black Widow is in Infinity War. But an intriguing quote. But, guys, I think I'm not going to dwell on these quotes. I just think it's good that for the most part, it's good. Black Widow buzz is good. Scarlett Johansson also had a quick quote about the Black Widow character that I want to quickly go over. She calls out Iron Man. I don't like this headline, by the way. Scarlett Johansson calls out Iron Man 2 for sexualizing Black Widow. Which is where we first saw her. And I think the quote and the way that this article was pitched, I didn't like the angle, the twist on it. They were trying to go for that SJW angle, and it's really not like that. When you look at her quote, which goes like this, you look back at Iron Man 2, and while it was really fun and had a lot of great moments in it, the character is so sexualized, really talked about like she's a piece of something, like a possession or a thing or whatever. Like a piece of ass, really. And Tony even refers to her as something that like that at one point, and he does in the boxing arena, right? What does he say? I want some. Yeah, at one point calls her a piece of meat. Yeah, and that's just one scene. And there's more quotes here, and most people will just run with this stuff and try to get the outrage machine going for a lot of people to get views and stuff like that. We're not going to dwell on that here because that's not what this channel is about. This is just giving you some movie news, and this is just a quote that she was talking about the Black Widow character, but she brings it back around a little bit. So maybe at that time that actually felt like a compliment. You know what I mean? Because my thinking was different. Maybe I would have you know, my own self-worth was probably measured against that type of comment, or like a lot of young women, you come into your own and you understand your self-worth. It's changing now. Now people, young girls, are getting much more positive messages like Black Widow is now. But it's been incredible to be part of that shift and be able to come out the other side and be a part of that old story, but also progressive. But also progress, evolve. I think it's pretty cool, and most people will leave that part out because she's like, well, here's where it started, where she was like a sexualized character, which she very much was, because Tony was like, I want one. I remember that, but that was part of her MO. She was undercover then, right? And she was using that as her way in. So that was just the story. But you got to read all of the story and the quote to get where she's coming from. That's where it began, and this is where it is going to end with her Black Widow story. So I feel like that's cool, and doesn't beat you over the head with that SJW stuff that so many people hate. The social commentary that people don't like. But I just wanted to quickly address that and set the record straight for myself and for you guys, and to let you know where I come from, on that stuff, because I'm a huge fan of the Black Widow character. And as if you don't know, Scarlett Johansson is my favorite actress in the entire world. So whatever she'll say, I will listen to it. And Black Widow release date is July 9th. I can't wait for this movie. I'm hyped. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Mortal Kombat. Hiroyuki Sanada joins Keanu Reeves in John Wick 4. Okay. Well, that's cool. You remember this guy. You know who this guy is, right? The director came out from John Wick, and he gave us just a quick little quote. I guess he was talking with Collider. And we saw Sanada in Army of the Dead as well recently, too. His quote, having long admired Hiroyuki as both actor and action performer, I'm thrilled and honored to welcome him into the John Wick family. Stileski said in a statement. Chad Stileski, right? So he's going to be in John Wick 4, and this cast is just growing beautifully. I mean, you got Donnie Yen, now you got Hiroyuki Sanada here, and it kind of ties into what Laurence Fishburne was talking about last week when he was announced that he's coming back for it. He said he's going to be joining a character named Watanabe. And people thought, was that Ken Watanabe? No, he was talking about a character in the script. So is this Sanada going to be playing the Watanabe character? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But the cast for John Wick is really, really stellar. John Wick release date is May 27th, 2022. Yeah, that's shaping up rather nicely. Downton Abbey 2 first look from the set emerges. Okay, guys, so the Twitterverse released this picture, and I'm not going to dwell on it. Here it is right here. Downton Abbey from the actual Twitter handle itself. It's so good to be back, and it's not much of a photo. I'll blow it up here. It's obviously them at a dinner table. It's not spoiling anything. It's just them taking the take. Guys, I actually really enjoyed the first Downton Abbey movie. I will tell you this. I've never seen an episode of the series, but I went into the movie and I understood absolutely everything that was going on. It was that well made, and it made $237 million worldwide on a $13 million budget. So that's why we're getting a Downton Abbey 2, and I'm really surprised how quickly it's getting off the ground and going to be out in the theaters, because Downton Abbey 2 release date is December 22, 2021. What did you think about that set photo? Let me know in the comments below, and are you looking forward to it? Now, this is just a fun little story here, guys. Dwayne Johnson's response to Zachary Levi photo with Black Adam star Aldis Hodge is A+. Now, what's going on here? Basically, Aldis Hodge, if you don't know who he is, he's on the right here. And he was with Zachary Levi doing some kind of a challenge, a golf challenge for charity. I'm not too sure exactly. But Aldis Hodge is going to be playing Hawkman in Black Adam with The Rock. And, of course, Black Adam is Shazam's nemesis, and there's Zachary Levi. And I thought this was a little bit fun because it was just throwing some shade. It was just throwing some shade. So in the caption for it, Aldis Hodge said, read this in movie announcer voice. Okay. In a world where two superheroes collide at Topgolf, an epic battle is on the horizon. Who will conquer? Who will meet defeat? Who will throw their back out trying to swing a golf club way too damn hard? Coming to the big screen, summer. Shazam versus Hawkman in Golf is Life. For real, though. Okay, so, they were just having fun, and I think that's great. But The Rock, if you don't know, he's just so much fun, too. He took to the captions, and he responded by saying, I don't care if it's golf, cooking, or haiku poetry. If you don't beat Shazam's ass, you'll never flying the Hawk Cruiser again. You're never flying the Hawk Cruiser again. I can't believe I messed up that quote. I don't care if it's golf, cooking, or haiku poetry. If you don't beat Shazam's ass, you're never flying the Hawk Cruiser again. Okay. Well, as we know, we just saw that Zachary Levi was in his new Shazam suit last week, and we looked at those photos. But I just thought it was fun that The Rock, responding to the Instagram story, having probably a little smirk on his face, doing what he does from like his WWE days, his wrestling days, just trying to build up the talk about it. And that's precisely what this story has done. It was fun, and we're talking about Shazam, we're talking about Black Adam and these actors and what roles they're going to be playing. And I just think the Rock, he's really smart. He really knows how to play the game. What did you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Stranger Things 4 is still a year away from release. It's going to come out probably early, if not probably summer 2022. But we have some set photos we're going to look at, and they're just on Movie Web, so we'll take a look at that now. Stranger Things Season 4 set photos tease an 11 emergency for Millie Bobby Brown. Now, I don't know if that's an official photo from Season 4. Isn't that Season 3? But it's on Twitter, so guys, these photos are just behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm not going to elaborate on them too much. We see that somebody's in a stretcher. Okay, so there she is. They're in a stretcher right there, guys. I don't want to dwell on them because they're just really lo-fi, low-quality stuff. Here's some of the cast. Look, it is what it is. It's not much. Maya Hawke and Natalie Dyer filming Stranger Things 4 yesterday. Oh, that's cool. I like Natalie. She's Natalia, right? Natalia Dyer. Sorry. Natalia Dyer. Yeah, I like her character a lot. So, yeah, there they are, filming some scenes. It is what it is. If you want to go look at some of these Twitter handles and look at the pictures brighter, by all means, go ahead. I think that's it's just on set. They're not doing anything spectacular except for that one of 11 on the stretcher. And when she uses her powers, it drains her. So we'll see how that goes. It's just a quick little story about Stranger Things 4. As more official stuff comes out, we'll definitely talk about that more in detail. But I just wanted to quickly go over that today for some fun. All right, let's take a look at the Twitter scroll to wrap things up today. So, here we are on the Twitter scroll. Dev Patel and Alicia Vikander, new stills from The Green Knight. Have we seen these before? No, that's very crystal clear imagery. I like that. I like the costuming for sure, and there's Alicia Vikander. Guys, The Green Knight is something that I'm looking very forward to. I think that's awesome. Freddie Carter, photographed by Freddie Carter. What? Luca is now available on streaming Disney Plus. Now, guys, I do want to talk about this because apparently the reviews for Luca are not that good. People are not enjoying it. Why do I not talk about kids' movies? It's because of this. YouTube has a thing about talking about kids stuff, and if you are not careful in handling it, then it'll get flagged or it'll damage your account because somebody will say, well, this is for kids, but you're also talking about Friday the 13th or something, right? So, a kid will watch it and see all of this other stuff. So that's why I primarily don't like to dwell on kids stuff. And let's face it, it's meant for a younger demographic. And I know that Pixar and they try to make these films for kids, but they also have some adult level of entertainment quality to them. I get that. I know that because I take my niece to the films to watch these movies. I know that. But I don't dwell on them because of that fact. That's why, because of the age restrictions on stuff, and my channel is so broad for movie news. Okay, some more people are pulling out of the Golden Globes, whatever. That's an interesting picture of Oscar Isaac. Is that because wasn't he playing Gomez Adams or something? But he was only voicing it. That's interesting. Okay, so there isn't much here. Bodies will take in a remote cabin a murder caper. Movie A24's. The only thing that I would take of note of that is that it's got Maria Bakalova from Borat 2 in it, right there. I think she's awesome. I want to see more work from her. We'll have to see what that. I'll keep my eye out for that project for sure. Okay, here's some people getting some stars on the Walk of Fame. Oh, that's cool. Regina King. Bob Odenkirk is going to get one. Willem Dafoe, he doesn't have one? Oh, wow. And, of course, Salma Hayek, yes. Tessa Thompson, though? Has she done really anything substantial? Michael B. Jordan definitely deserves one. Macaulay Culkin. And Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher definitely deserves one. I can't believe that she's not going to get hasn't had a star yet. Okay, so, what's this? Elizabeth Olsen is featured guest on this week's episode of Hot Ones. I saw this trending on YouTube yesterday, and I'm probably going to watch it later on today, because I hear it's good. It's fun. And who doesn't like Elizabeth Olsen? She's just a true talent and seems like a really cool person. So I'll watch that Hot Ones. You know, they eat chicken wings and get hot and try to suffer through an interview. It's fun. Okay, so there really isn't much more here today, guys. Oh, there's Anya Taylor-Joy at that Gucci event that we saw her going into yesterday. Some photos from that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let's just round out today with that. Let's not dwell on it too much more today. That's the way that the movie news has been today for June 18th. Let me know what you thought about some of these stories in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. If you like what you're seeing, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe right there.